Hi, everybody. This is a short video to give you some suggestions for how you can strengthen your abdominal connection without impacting your neck. So a lot of the complaints I get about Pilates is when we do abdominal work that it strains their neck. This is somewhat understandable because rather than doing a lot of up and down repetitions, like many traditional ab exercises like crunches, most of the Pilates abdominal exercises are in a sustained upper ab curl, right? So we're holding that curl for a period of time. When we don't have enough strength in our abdominals, or if we're lacking some strength in our neck as well, that can cause some strain and it can cause our focus to shift from the work we're doing around our core to our neck, which is never fun. So for those of you who are experiencing this, or those of you who actually have limitations and aren't supposed to be lifting your head up for maybe some sort of neck issue, there's some simple techniques you can do that can strengthen your abs well. So I'll start with what most of us are probably aware of, which is a plank position. Plank can be done on straight arms or forearms. So planks are what are called an isometric way of strengthening our abdominal connection. That means we're not shortening the muscle fibers, we're just holding and bracing through the abdominals. So just talking really quickly about proper plank alignment, you want to make sure that your hands, or if you're doing a forearm plank, your elbows are located directly under your shoulders, and you want to be a neutral spine. So if you look at the shape of my back right here, neutral spine means basically flat back or a natural curve. So most importantly, we're not arching the back when we're stepping back into plank, because that can strain the lower back. And then rounding the back won't so much strain the back, but you just won't get as much work in your abdomen if you're in a rounded shape. So as you step back into your plank position, you want to be in that neutral spine, one long line from head to heels, and avoiding any sinking through the hips, avoiding any doming. Even again, this is not unsafe, but you're just not going to get the full benefit. And also avoiding any dropping of the head. Okay, so when we're holding that plank, literally think about, what does the word plank sound like to you? Strong, straight, and board-like, right? And the same will be true if we're down on the forearms. Often people do forearm plank as a way to reduce wrist strain, but also keep in mind that we're lower to the ground. So for a lot of us, this is going to be a more intense variation for the stomach. Plank and forearm plank are endurance exercises. You're going to work your shoulders, potentially your wrist mobility, but also your stomach. But what I really wanted to talk about was how we replace all those upper ab curls, right? So let's suppose that upper ab curls are not your jam, maybe you can't do them, or at home you just want to work a little bit more core strength without the potential neck strain. A couple of props that can come in really handy is a small ball, squishy ball. These are easily purchased on Amazon. There's all different brands. If you need a link, please message me and I'd be happy to give it to you. This is kind of like a playground ball, but it's got a little grip to it. If you don't have a ball and don't want to buy one, a pillow. Right now I've got an inflated cushion, but literally like a throw pillow like you use on your sofa, as long as it's got enough density to it, can do a very similar job. So you're going to place that ball or pillow behind you. Notice how I kind of gave it just a little wedge so that hopefully it doesn't roll away, okay? You're not sitting on it, you just want to keep it close. And then if your legs are out long in front of you, or if it feels better for you to bend the knees, either one's okay. We're going to start from the top and do a half roll back. Many of you are probably familiar with this. So you're going to curl the pelvis under gently, rocking back. So we are shortening those abdominal muscle fibers. And then exhale to come back up to a tall spine. You want to rock back in this position as far as you can to feel your stomach, but not so far that you're coming into a back bend over the ball, unless you just want to stretch and it feels good for you, right? So it's like a very high upper ab curl and lifting up. To make this a little bit more challenging, all you need to do is raise the arms in increments higher and higher. The more you come up toward the sides of your face, the more your stomach's going to have to work. You might be able to see it on the video right here. I'm shaking right now just simply by having my arms higher up and holding that position and then coming back up. You can most definitely modify this exercise if you're not supposed to be rounding your back and do a flat back hinge. where the ball is giving you some support. And the same variation would apply. The higher your arms go, the harder that exercise will get. You can even add in a little oblique twist by leaning back and reaching one arm behind you and coming back up. And then to the other side and coming back up. Okay, so the longer you hold it back there, the higher your arms go, the more your stomach's going to kick in. A couple of other ways we can work our stomach without affecting our neck. You could use the same ball, or if you're on like a slippery surface, like a hardwood floor, you could simply put your heels on the dish towel, okay? And now that ball or dish towel is going to go underneath your heels. Okay, so you're going to start with the knees bent. For those of you who do equipment work, this is a little bit like stomach massage, okay? So you're going to hold the hands lightly under your legs, okay? Stomach pulling in, and you're slightly leaned back behind your tailbone. And then reaching the legs out long, just let your hands slide along your legs and pulling the knees back in, stomach tight. Okay, so we're not really in a round back, but kind of a gently flattened one. You can increase the intensity by bringing the arms out in front of you. And this exercise is also going to work your hip flexors a little bit. And I'm bending my knees into kind of a frog-like shape. So my knees are shoulder width as I'm coming in. And just like the previous exercise we did, you can increase intensity by having your arms a little higher up. Okay. Inhaling to lengthen the legs, exhaling to bend back in. All right, so those are some quick and easy ways. Let's talk about a couple more where we can work our obliques. So just like I started with straight arm plank, forearm plank, we can do both of those for the obliques as well, right? So if you don't have any wrist issues, a straight arm is great. You can modify this lots of ways, but essentially we're going to work that underneath side of the waist as we hold a side plank, okay? For balance and stability, stacking the legs is going to be harder. If you need something a little gentler, bending one knee in front or putting one knee down, okay, can all be ways to modify. Same thing goes for the forearm plank. So we're working some shoulder as well as some obliques. And then the other one you can add in is just the oblique lift. So finding a comfortable position for your neck, hand can rest in front of you, and just lifting both legs a few inches and lowering down. It's as if the bottom leg is pushing the top one up. If this bothers your bottom hip, you can pat it, or you can angle your feet forward and slightly roll your hips back and lift from there. So I hope those are a couple quick and easy tools you can use, whether it's in your classes or on your own at home. Abdominal connection as well as that neck strain is something that's no fun, or the neck strain is no fun to deal with. The abdominal connection is fun, but it's something you can work on at home to build endurance, to build strength, and to help you when you're actually in your Pilates session. I hope that helps. Have a great day.